Okay, so we're on chapter 8 of the Joy of Business book club. You are not your business. And today we have Laurence, Michelle, and Devorati. Welcome, guys.
Welcome. Thanks for having us. Hi, Devorati. Hi, Laurence.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Devorati. Hi, everyone.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, everyone. So it's either good morning, good afternoon, or good evening.
All over the world, all around the world. Yes.
In the time zones all over the world, totally global. So who would like to start? You are not your business.
Yeah, you are not your business. You know, what does that mean to you, or is it something new for you to kind of be to suggest that you are not your business?
So who has felt that they are the one that always needs to create and generate their business? And who feels bogged down and overwhelmed that the only way that they can do business is that way? And we all need you all to participate as well, so we can get the most out of this for you. So
yes, you can also use the chat on the right of your screen if you prefer to type something.
So Karen says, I would say I feel that way. Who else? So are you aware that your business is a separate entity from yourself? It's a total different entity that has its own creation and its own steam to create. And what if you could use that to your advantage? Yeah. So everywhere that you are making yourself the source of all your business and the source of your creation, would you like to destroy and create it all?
Yes.
Right, one, good, bad, pug, pug, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And awesome, Karen. She says, I do talk to my business daily. And that's something that I do as well, and is recognizing that you're creating in collaboration with something else. It has a different awareness to what you have with regards to your business, and in that it may see things that you have not been able to see. Yeah. If you become identified with your business and you think it is you, you attempt to direct things the way you think they should go, and you inadvertently limit what's possible. And that's stepping back and stepping out of the, you're stepping out of the question, and you're just hitting that autopilot and operating with what gets delivered to you throughout the day, and you get stuck into the doing. And has anyone else experienced that? And they feel like their week has just disappeared because they've just been, hitting all the fires that have turned up to them on their, in their email and their inbox and whatever else is happening. And you're inside your business and you've forgotten to step outside of the business and have an awareness across everything and what's required, where and when.
Yeah, Karen's nodding yes over there. Yeah, I mean, before I came across Access and, before the suggestion came that I wasn't my business, you know, it was like that for me. It just, like, it was all me and all depended on me, and I, you know, would go into overwhelm. And now it's kind of co-creating with my business. It's like there's two creators here. There's not just me doing it. And I love what Simone said in the book is asking the business to generate money. You know, it's the business job to generate money. You know, it's not just my job, it's the business job also. And it's been an amazing gift for me in realizing I have a co-creator and it's not just me.
Mm. And the idea is to talk to the business too, and to give it a job, and to ask him questions and see what is possible, and follow the energy with what's going on with the business. And it's not usual to talk to the business, but the idea is great. And when you begin to do that, it's you can feel something different with in the relationship you have with your business, and maybe it could become your friend.
And Stephanie says, I'm not aware of all of that at all. Does that count for employed people too? And Sylvia also says, what about your body contributing as well? So, yes. Stephanie, yes, that definitely applies to your employees as well, because they are, as in they are not the business, but they're a contribution, and by empowering them to contribute to the business and to create the business with you, it'll be so much more dynamic, and they'll be more, you know, for them that will then become fun. Is someone typing on a keyboard or?
Oh, what you're hearing is the heating system in Northern Ontario.
Oh, okay. So Stephanie, as the employee, you can contribute to the business, and it also depends on how open the business, the manager or the owner is, whether they're willing to control the situation or whether they're open to different possibilities. And if they are controlling, how do you go around that, and how do you create and contribute to the business as well, rather than being, you know, stuck in the box as an employee? And for Sylvia, what about your body contributing as well? Yes, that's asking your body, what does it know about business as well? So not only your head, your body, and your business. So there you've got three different entities all contributing. So everything has, sorry.
No, it's Melanie. I was just going to say there's a great question in the chat about how to talk to your business. It is from Karen. It's a little further up. I've been asking my business how quickly I would like to grow and create money. I guess I am impatient. So could you talk a bit about questions to ask and how to talk to your business? And I actually have a couple of questions about that later as well, actually, after you talk about that.
Yeah.
So in the morning, like, you know, I get up with, the first thing that comes to mind is all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. In saying that, it helps clear all the things that I've gathered during maybe the night that I've identified as mine. You know, and that tends to, by the third time saying it, it tends to clear it. You know, and then with that clarity, then I will ask the business, you know, what would you like to do today? What would be fun for you to do today? Who would you like me to contact for the business? You know, who would you like to see join the business? And in asking those questions, it just opens it up for more possibilities. You know, there was a time that I was operating by conclusion. I had to do this, and I had to do that, and I had to do this, and I had to do that. And that just kind of constricted, you know, my experience of doing business and my own experience. And in letting go of the to-do list and just asking, okay, what's next? Business, what would you like to do today? What is fun for you today? What questions would I like to ask today that would generate more money in my business today? What choices would I like to, you know, to choose for today, or in this 10 seconds, that would create more for my business? And for me, I find the more I ask questions, the more the questions show up. It's kind of, you know, doing that first step of to start asking questions.
And there's also the great question that if you don't know what question to ask, it's like, what question can I ask you to create, you know, a different possibility and to give you the awareness of where you would like to head. I also add on to, I tend to do it the night before and when I am listening to a recording, because I'll record some questions and generative questions and I'll have them on my phone and I'll listen to them before I get out of bed. So I destroy and create everything I know about my business and my business knows about me. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And I also destroy and uncreate my relationship with myself. And I also destroy and uncreate any vested outcomes I have in my business. So I am having that clean slate to begin.
And you mentioned patience. Yes, a lot of us may not have patience. We want it to happen yesterday, you know, and it's just like, you know, maybe what is right about this that I'm not getting right now, or what other questions can I ask, or is this something more, you know, that I can do, you know, and is this the time to make a choice for whatever you want to create right now, you know.
You can also destroy and then create all the point of view you have that your business should be, and it is not, and the point of view that you have your business should not be, and that it is actually, and then you change your view from your point of view of your business and begin with new as a new start. Sorry for my English. You begin each day. It's different, and you get some new ideas and some new possibilities too by asking questions.
And Karen, also just looking at that, you say you've been asking your business how quickly it would like to go and create, and you're impatient. So are you judging your business and how quick it's actually creating for you? Yeah. Everything that is time to go to, we like to destroy and create it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds, all the projections, expectations, separations, rejections, decisions, judgments, conclusions, computations about how fast you can create, how fast your business can create, everything that it is time to go to the end. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what if it, so first of all, does it have all the information that it requires? Secondly, do you believe that you can only create during business hours? Or do you have your business creating for you while you sleep? Yeah, and so for those of you that don't know what that is, I remember I was sitting in a class and Gary was saying, well, you know, if it's 24 hours in the day, I don't sleep 8 hours, and as humanoids, we tend to do a lot more. There are other times, though, that when I put my head on the pillow, I perceive that there is much more to still do. And so the question I ask is, what would it take, what energy, space, and consciousness can I be for my body to receive the rest, relaxation, and slumber it desires, and for my being to connect with others and creating my business? and whatever comes to mind in what I'm looking at doing and whatever. She's like, do they need to connect to someone? Do they need to find out more information? Does it need to go off and create and come back again? And the first time I did that, I woke up in the morning and my eyes were like wide open. It was just like, wow. It was just like, just that sense that while your body rests, it doesn't mean that you need to actually stop and shut down as well, and you can continue creating.
Michelle, I also noticed that when, I used to be away from my desk, it was like that was no longer business time. If I was traveling, on holidays, camping, exploring, socializing, I wasn't creating business. And, I love discovering and the contribution that Access has been to me to show me that I am generating business 24/7. And sometimes it was just allowing the contribution of my surroundings to add to my business. Sometimes it's me checking in to all my businesses, all my revenue streams, and say, okay, who needs attention here? And, either I give it some energy or I kind of pick up the phone and make a phone call. It's being aware, and I'm realizing also it's being even more conscious. It's kind of saying, yes, I'm fully showing up, and yes, I want to be more conscious and listening to what my business is asking of me.
Yeah. And everywhere that you're not allowing yourself to have the awareness of everything that's happening, not having the awareness of everything that's going on in your business and needing to know everything that's going on in your business, but everywhere you are not tapping into, when your business is tapping you onto the shoulder saying, I just need you for a moment, could you just drop your attention in here and do that one thing of creating. So it could be like, yes, I travel and I take my laptop with me. I may open it and I may not. It's there so that if I suddenly get, the hit that I actually quickly need to duck into emails because there's something there that I need to respond to, or there's something on a chat thread or something, or I need to do something for a client. It's easy. I've got it. I can jump in and do it, and then I can get back out again. And especially with what Devrati was saying, by nurturing yourself, you can create so much more as well for your business. It's that 1 hour a day for you, 1 day a week for you. So it's because otherwise you can just get lost. It's just like business, and family, and all the commitments that you have. You can nurture you. When you're nurturing you, that's when business can show up. Last week I took a whole day out, which is just totally something that I don't do because I've just got a number of things on at the moment. But it was my birthday, and you know what? The weather started turning crap, and it was going to be raining all day. And I noticed that I started going into, well, I'll wait for a sunnier day, and then we'll do it then. And I went, no, because I noticed I started putting I'll do that tomorrow morning, and then I was like, no, I don't want to work that day, and I ended up going to a natural spring bathhouse, and it's only an hour away. I didn't even know that, and I went with a girlfriend, and it was so amazing. I was so blissed out, but when I came back, all of these things were in my inbox that I had been putting into play and waiting for that creation to drop when it was ready. And with it, I got out of the wrongness of myself that I'm taking time out for me. And I was like, okay, no, I'm going to nurture me. And nurturing me also nurtures my business as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Karen is awesome. She says, I gave my business card to a gentleman at the gym today. I was there because my body asked to go this morning. And that's awesome, because that's tapping in. That's like listening to those whispers of what's required. And it might be that, excuse me, you've got to get some things done, but you keep having this awareness that you want to go to the gym, or you need to duck down to the supermarket, or you need to go and grab a coffee. But while you're there, who do you bump into? What creations pop into your head, and possibilities that you've not yet considered? And it's utilizing that time as well.
One of the questions that Heather Nichols asked on her 30-day of energy polls was, what 3 things can I do today for my business to create money right away? And the morning I listened to it, I was in the middle of doing the 7-day retreat in Costa Rica. And I thought, okay, one thing, I'll make an announcement for, suggesting SOP sessions. And I started off with asking if they like my laughter. Well, the whole room laughed. And Gary gave me a suggestion, well, maybe there's going to be a right laughter for you. So that was kind of like, oh, okay, I didn't see that coming. And then I offered the SOP session, and he said, good one. And I didn't get requests for SOP sessions that day. I sold a lot of jewelry that day. All of a sudden, everyone was wanting to see what I had. I was even selling ones I brought with me. And so it's also not linear. Like, we can ask a question and we open up, and things could be coming, towards our business that we don't know, where it came from, or not really don't know, but it's not linear. And so just be willing just to keep asking and watch the magic show up, however it's going to show up. I just love it.
And that question is brilliant, because I actually had my fingers crossed before to remind me to say it, but then I forgot. Was that if you're short on time and if there's only 3 things that you can do today to create your business and to continue the future creation, what do I need to do today? What are the 3 things that I need to do? So that's brilliant. Yeah. Some other questions that Simone has in the book that you can ask your business, project, or company. What can I contribute to you today? And this is page 78. Double check I'm in the right chapter. Yeah. What would you like to create next? What would you like to do? Where would you like to be today? Who would you like to talk to? And who would you like to have involved with you? Having an awareness that your business is a separate entity makes life as a business person much easier, and it allows you to have much more fun. It's very hard work to be a business. You have to work much harder when you try to make you into a business. And Jasmine has, I have a decision to choose a new place to work in between 2 places. How do I make sure I make the right decision for my highest good and for my highest income? So Jasmine, is there a question in that?
Don't see that one.
Okay, so it's a private one. Okay, so for that, Jasmine, first of all, is there a question in that, or is that a judgment that you have to make sure you have to make the right decision? I would also look at both of these places and ask, what will my life look like in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years if I choose this place? And what will my life look like in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years if I don't choose this place? And perceive the energy of both of them and see which one's more expansive, because what is more expansive is the path of ease. You could choose not as expansive, just know that it will be a little bit harder work, and you can always choose again, because if you're living in 10-second increments, choose again.
And the idea is not to choose with your brain, but to ask question and see what comes to you, what awareness you can get with these questions, and follow the energy of this awareness. And what will that create, and what contribution can you be to your business, and what contribution your business could be to you? It's also a great question to ask.
You know, and another way to play with it is making the choice in this 10 seconds. And just like, okay, this is the choice I'm making, and just watch what your experience is. And it could be for a day or a short period, but this is the choice you're making. And then later on, you know, for another choice is choose the other one and see how that feels, and what questions come up for you to ask, and whether it is expansive or not. And what do you know that you're not acknowledging that you do know? It could be another one to ask and see what happens. Is someone trying to talk? How do you say her name? Lonella? No? Okay.
Also, what's jumped out at me is, so I'm going to read this because I just think it's amazing. If you become identified with your business and you think it is you, you attempt to direct things the way you think they should go, and you inadvertently limit what's possible. Seeing yourself as the business also means that if the business fails, you have to fail, or that you have to force it to live rather than having the awareness to say, okay, that was fun, now it's time to move on. That's like forcing a relationship into existence. We've all tried to do that and learned it doesn't work. If it's time to let go, it's time to let go. And so there's never give up, never give in, never quit, and what is it? Never stop, never give in, never give up, and never quit. So just because your business, if it's time for your business to let it go, it doesn't mean that you're quitting, because you're never quitting on yourself. And it's I was just about to say, it's like flogging a dead horse when you try to keep it going, and it's just going to consume your energy. It's no longer a contribution. It can be very destructive for you. Yeah, and it gets you out of creation, and it gets you.
So where you still, you know, consider yourself to be your business, are you willing to destroy and uncreate that? You know, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And I can't see here if everyone has heard the clearing statement before. If you'd like more information on what I just said, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds, you can go to www.theclearingstatement.com, and it'll explain about it. In short, in saying that statement, it's like a magic wand. It goes to where you have created it and assists you to undo that. Does anyone have any questions?
So no matter what your business is, it's not you. When you define yourself as your business, you limit how much you can be, do, have, create, and generate. You cut off your awareness and your ability to receive infinite possibilities. However, when you see your business as a separate entity and you see yourself as its facilitator, you have much more freedom and space. You don't become invested in the success of the particular entity, which allows you to receive way more information. Excuse me. It allows you to receive way more information about what's possible. And I liken that to, I've been watching Mozart in the Jungle. So you're the conductor of your own business. You know, what's required over here to happen, and what's required over here to continue that generative flow. And jumping on to give your business a job, because we touched on that before. So once you realize your business is a separate entity, you can give it a job. Let it know that its job is to make money for you. Ask it to generate the cash flow. It will say, oh, I make you money? Okay. When I speak, so this is Simone, when I speak of good vibes, the joy of business or access consciousness, I often refer to them as one of the businesses I make money from. This reminds them that their job is to make money. Does anyone have any questions around that?
Yes, the purpose of a business is to make money and to make profit. We can ask not only to have enough money, but also to get some profit from our businesses, and to cover our expenses, and also to be able to have some fun and some some fun and some new ideas to create something else, and to show to the business that the profit is important for us, and how much more could we get from his job, and from what he could create for us.
And I definitely agree with that. You know, the purpose of your business is to have fun, because money follows joy. Joy doesn't follow money. So, you know, what can your business contribute to you to create that fun in your everyday life? You know, and when there are things that are not necessarily fun for you, it's like, okay, well, who could this be fun for? So, you know, who else can I use at this, you know, that I know that would like to contribute and that this would be fun for? What would make this fun for me? So whether you turn it into a game, however, you know, if you don't have someone, that you don't have a possibility yet, turn it into a game. And what would make this fun for me? And it could be like, you could be asking your business to, like, so giving your business a job is going back to the question of what would you like to create next? What would you like to do? Who would you like to talk to? Where would you like to be? And tapping into that awareness of what it's asking for. And though that, be aware that that awareness is those real subtle whispers of the universe. It's that little thread that floats past you that you're like, oh, that was really interesting. And when you don't action it, it's like when you have an awareness to call someone. If you pick up the phone and call them right there and then, when you have the awareness, you'll get to speak to them. But if you're like, oh, I'll just get to that a little bit later, or I'll get to that at 3 o'clock, or I just need to do this first. When you do go to do that and that whisper is no longer there, that's when you then start playing phone tag, and then that's where you have that path that is not the path of ease that you had before, when you had that real subtle whisper.
And the interesting thing too is about to be able to receive from your business. You know, when you think, you know, when you identify yourself, because I was just looking at the last paragraph there as well, and you're on about listening to the whispers, and it's about doing it with no point of view. So it really is about getting into your head and following the energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also like to ask, you know, so what grand and glorious adventure awaits me today, and I'm willing to receive? because that's the thing, is that I can have all these adventures, but unless I'm actually willing to receive it, then they're just going to bypass me altogether.
Mm-hmm. You know, and Melanie mentioned like points of view. It's good to, I've discovered it's good to be aware of the points of view that I have during the day. And, you know, I can either go like interesting point of view, I'm having this interesting point of view, or I can go, who does this belong to? I'm surprised how much of it's not even me. It's, you know, how businesses have been run, and they have to be run that way because it's always been run that way. And so who does that belong to? And I also like to play with, you know, and maybe we could play with it here, is like, what is your judgment of business? You know, what do you think business should be? And are you willing to just join and create that? You know, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POC, shorts, boys, beyonds.
And you could also throw in there, what does being a business owner, what does that mean to me, like a business owner or an employee, any of those different threads to get more clarity.
You know, and another one could be like, you know, what is your judgment of you creating a business? And everything that is, are you willing to just join and create that? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what is your judgment of you generating a business? And whatever that is, where are you willing to destroy and create that? Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Because in judging our business, we restrain it from creating.
We define it. We like to define things, and then we limit them. When we give a definition to something, it's a limitation, in fact. So it's not creation. And what is business if it's not about creation and fun?
And fun. So wherever you don't think you can have fun in business, are you willing to destroy and uncreate that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, POC, shorts, boys, and beyonds. I go through my day and I just laugh at myself sometimes. It's like, oh, okay, look what I just did. Next.
And everywhere that you're not willing to laugh at yourself for everything that you do that day, you just try and create it all.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all nine, shorts, boys, and beyond. Because, like, for so many years, I have. And this is since I started using the tools of access, is I no longer go into the wrongness of me. I just laugh about it because it's like, oh, well, doesn't matter. That was great in that 10 seconds. Now let's choose something else.
Yeah, that's where I love the 10 seconds. Okay, that was 10 seconds. All right, next 10 seconds. And next 10 seconds.
Yeah, and that ability to be able to laugh at yourself makes me even laugh even more, because I'm like, there's no judgment. It's just like, oh, it's an interesting point of view.
Yeah. So, are you your business? No? Shakes her head? That's good. And what else is possible? Yeah, the more and more you can let go of being your business, the more you can generate, the more your business can generate, the more fun you can have with it. And the more you see what's time to let go. There's sometimes I let go of a business and it's like I'm not doing much with it for a bit, and then it comes out with something else to create alongside it or with it. It just shows me more possibilities.
And by asking, sorry, Deborah.
So what else is possible? Yeah, okay, Michelle.
And also by giving your business a job, and then you have the awareness that it comes back to you and say, well, actually, it's not really going to work in this 10 seconds. And it's just like, okay, well, what else is possible? What are some other ideas that I've not yet considered or that I've not yet instituted?
And you also have to turn your conclusions into questions in order to expand things. And then you can find some new questions on page 80. What do you can ask that to your business. What do you require? Is there something that needs to change? Can we change it? How do we change it? And you can also ask what question could I ask if you don't know how to begin. It's a good one to begin and then see what happens and go on with other questions.
So what capacities does your business have that you've not acknowledged?
Mm.
And everything that is tons of Godzilla, we destroyed and created all. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And also getting into questions with your business about, like, what do I know that I'm unwilling to know, that if I knew it would make me more money than I could possibly imagine? Everything that is times of Godzilla, we destroyed and created all. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And here's a great one, another one for when you don't know what question to ask. What would it take to be the question that would head me in the direction I would like to go?
Mm.
Everything that is times of Godzilla, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. When Gary did the business time call, I think it was back in September. I'll just go back to my notes page. So Gary said things will come to fruition as you plan for them being in existence. So how many of you are waiting for things to come into existence before you start creating what would get them into existence faster? Everything that is times a Godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, POC, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So rather than sitting there and waiting and thinking it's just going to land over here, what questions can you start asking and have an awareness of that creation requires, that you need to put little steps in place in order for it to come to fruition?
Yeah, so what choices can you make today that would support what you'd like to create in the future?
Yeah.
And it's, what choice, what choice, what choice, what action, what action, what action. From a place of questions.
And it's not having a point of view about what the awareness is or the...
And, I've discovered just the willingness to ask questions. It shows me what the next step is. It's like we talked about earlier. It's that first question just starts to expand the energy, and you start to, follow the energy. And you may follow it and say, okay, this is not really where I want to lead, and you may go somewhere else. But just keep asking questions. It's amazing how it opens up to more. Like I've woken up and asked questions and just kind of totally let them go, and realized a couple of days ago, oh, some of those things showed up. Would they have, if I had asked the question? I don't think so. It's amazing the magic that shows up just by asking a question and letting go of trying to find that answer. Just ask the question and see what happens.
and also to not solidify the awareness into a decision rather than that's the way you're going to go, and it's just another choice. So it's like, okay, what else is possible? Oh, okay, that sounds like fun. Okay, what else is possible? You know, what else business? What else do you require? Where else do we need to head with this? And you could also, and I've had a number of people say to me recently, you know, that how do they, you know, if they're missing those subtle whispers, you could also ask the universe, show me loud and clear, you know, which direction. So it's always like, you know, and just being really aware with that loud and clear that you actually don't want to be like, feel like you've been hit on the head with a brick. It's sort of like, you know, so you're asking for, you know, the universe to, and it may show you 2 ways, it may show you 3 ways, and it could be that. Okay, that's the third person that I've spoken to today that has suggested this, you know, whatever it is, a business idea. And it's like, okay, so that's the awareness then to start, okay, let's look in that direction and let's see what that uncovers. And quite often, and when I do work for clients, they're like, oh yeah, I just need this. And it's just like, and they perceive it to be maybe a short 2-hour job, but I know that that's a 3 to 4 hour job, because as you start researching and start looking and start asking questions, so much more opens up, and there are so many paths that you can begin exploring to see what will actually contribute to the business.
That's a really interesting one, Michelle, because I get that we all have unique aspects to ourselves that contribute in business, you know what I mean? And that other people don't always get the contribution that it is, even though they require your services. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just a really interesting one when people are saying, you know, like that, it's a shorter job, and you're like, you know, I see something completely different here. It might take longer or whatever. And it's like, if you're not your business, but your skills are a part of your business, it's very hard to, you know, not have them separate, but have them as two, like you as an individual. And so what would you say about that? Like, you know, say if you had like, say if you're a massage therapist, so this is physical, you're using your hands, you know what I mean? So how would you speak to somebody there about they're not their business? Like, how would you talk about that?
Sorry.
You want to go, Michelle? Or
no, you go, Devrani.
I mean, the one question I like is, how can I contribute to you today, business? And so the contribution would be, if I was a massage therapist, is to provide the massage therapy, and allowing the business to generate the clients, to create the clients, or to kind of say, okay, it's time to make a phone call. Like, I have people that do show up that they've come here not from me having a direct contact with them. You know, magic happens. And so if they can separate it, same as us, you know, that are facilitators. Yes, we have our own being that is facilitating, our own presence that's attracting clients. And, you know, our business is requiring us to facilitate that day. But that's not our whole of our business. And Michelle, if you have anything else to add?
I'm going to say, and it's using those, using energy pools for your business, that who is looking for the services that I offer. Also, it's the same, you would talk, if you're a massage therapist, you would talk with your business the same as that you would talk to the body on the table in front of you. You know, you're asking the body, what does it require in the session? And you're going with that energy. So it could be, okay, well, it requires to have MTVSS run. And you didn't know that when they walked in the door, but as you're working on the body and you start asking questions, it's the same thing. It's that I guess your business is a muscle as well, and it's it's massaging that as well into that nurturing, I'm going to say environment, but that's not the right word, but and being and having your business be that invitation as well. So an example is I have just done 3 days of running bars for Mind Body Spirit Festival. So it was awesome. We ran 178 sets of bars across the 3 days in Melbourne, and I just decided, I was like, okay, what would it take? You know, what contribution can I be to others? There was no agenda. It was like, how can I contribute to other people? I left the stand for a moment and came back, and someone's like, Michelle, come over here. I'm like, okay. And then they're like, oh, this person wants to book a session with you. I was like, okay, great. Have you booked a session? And she's like, no, I don't have time. But I walked past, and I don't know what it was, but I saw you, and I had to come back. And it turns out she lives in the next town. So and it's just like, she's like, I will be contacting you. So, you know, it's just, I was asking questions earlier in the day that, you know, what can I be or do different to contribute to the people that are walking in the expo? What do I need to be so that they can receive what they need to receive? And in having, like, just in that nurturing in itself, the business is already creating separately. And so it's gathering its own steam, and it's talking to me, and I'm talking back to it, and it's a co-creation. Lawrence, do you have anything?
About questions, and I like to ask who or what could I add to my business, or who could I call to get ideas, or to get some fresh air, or to mix ideas and to brainstorm or something like that, to get some new ways to contribute to my business, and for my business to contribute to me and to my life. And because I often want to do everything by myself, and it's interesting to see that you don't have to do everything for your business or in your business. You can also ask people, or ask to find somebody else, and this could be a good idea to ask question about that, and to help your business, or to give something new to your business, and to contribute to it by adding something else or somebody else, and go on asking questions and see what could happen, and what other awareness you could get with these questions, and add something more to your life and to your business.
And so you could ask, sorry.
And so everything that is, would you please destroy and then create it all? Now. Right and wrong, good and bad, poke and pod, or nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yes, Michelle?
And you could also ask your business that who would it like to co-create with, and who would it like to have fun with.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, you can ask to clients to come to you today, and also who or what can I add to the business, or that would allow the business to grow faster and faster. This could be a question too. And maybe it's not clients, it's a friend that who will talk to you about a new idea or something. He will tell you a story, and then you will get an awareness of something you were looking for, and then this could become a great idea to add to your business. It's not necessarily new clients, or it could be just a word or a conversation, and then you will get something new, or a new idea for a new kind of revenue to your a new revenue flow you could add to your business and to your life. So be aware of everything around you.
And I did hear on a call that Heather Nichols did recently, and she asked, what would it take to have 50 connectors in her business? You know, so what would it take to have 50 people talking about your business? You know, give your business that job, set it out there to, you know, to find those people that would like your services, have experienced your services, and are raving fans.
Yes.
Great.
And whatever wherever we resist creating that, are you willing to destroy it and create that? Yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pop, shorts, boys and beyonds. It's amazing sometimes how we resist things that would give us what we're looking for to begin with. So again, is wherever we resist, and if we didn't resist it, we'd create and show up as the total infinite beings that we are. Are you willing to destroy and create that? Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pop, shorts, boys and beyonds. And wherever you stop your money flows, are you willing to destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, all 9, pop, shorts, boys and beyonds.
And I really get that it takes so much more energy to resist. So everywhere you're proving how powerful your abilities are by resisting whatever it is, you destroy and uncreate it all.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all that shorts, boys and beyond.
Cool. I think we're nearing the end. I would like to end with the saying that Dr. Dane has at the end of the chapter. Everything has consciousness, including your business. Choice creates awareness. Awareness doesn't create choice. So by keep on choosing, choosing in those 10-second increments, just keep making choices, more awareness you'll have. And the more awareness you'll have, the more you'll create. The more awareness you have, you'll say, okay, I want to make a different choice. I want to continue along that line. Just keep making those choices. So because choice creates awareness, awareness doesn't create choice.
And remember that if you have any questions, that there is the Facebook group for the Joy of Business Book Club. And you can pop questions in there, and the Joy of Business facilitators jump in and jump out and help with any questions there. And next week's chapter is targets versus goals. Is that correct, Melanie?
Yep, that's it. So next week we have Karina and we have Maggie, and maybe somebody else. We'll see. We don't know who will pop on as well for targets versus goals. So thanks everyone for joining us tonight, and thanks Laurence, Michelle and Devarati. And we're on to chapter 9. It's quite the adventure. It's quite a book, isn't it?
Yes.
And even And even this one was like, you know, a shorter chapter. There was so much in there, like every word, every sentence, like, you know, it was such a gift. So
Yeah.
thank you for joining us and
play with
playing.
the tools throughout the week. Like, you know, that's the reason that we have the chapters a week apart, is so that you can play with this and, you know, and become familiar with it, become familiar with how you're operating, and create and choose something else.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
See you next
Thank
week.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.